Okay, so starting off with some rear delts. This is a rear delt dumbbell row. I think these are really great. You can do these with barbells with a barbell if you would like. I think it works really well either way. I'm just doing some new rear delt movements because I do realize I've been doing rear delt flies on the reverse pec deck for most of my rear delt movements and pretty much all my shoulder days. So switching it up, doing some rear delt dumbbell rows, and I've got some different rear delt movements as well, some stuff with cables. I think you guys will really like it. So this is a rear delt movement that I actually saw Jay Cutler doing a lot, and he was saying this was something that he thought was great for rear delts. I tried it out. This is my first time doing it, and I actually thought it was really great. Certain rear delt movements I don't think really work that well, like doing, I don't know, face pulls. I don't really like them that much. Feel like, I don't know, I don't get as good of a contraction, or I just don't feel it as much in the rear delts. But with this, it was really great, and also just doing something new. I'm pretty tired of doing rear delt flies and just a new way to hit the muscles. So this was actually really productive, and yeah, I definitely recommend trying it out, doing some new rear delt movements. So doing some time under tension with lateral raises, I found this works really well for me. I mean, I preach about doing accessory movements with time under tension, how it works great. Um, I've been doing a lot of regular dumbbell side laterals, and it's good, but switching it up like this, Nautilus machines work pretty good. You can do the time under tension lateral raises on pretty much any of these machines. I'm doing a 3 second negative, and then I'll do a 1 to 2 second hold at the top, and I'm doing 3 to 4 sets of 10 to 12 reps. So switching up some of the tricep movements here, I'm still gonna do my regular pull downs with press downs with time under tension, but doing some kickbacks with the cables, doing a one arm movement and kind of isolating the triceps in a different way. I found it worked pretty well. I did 4 sets here, about 10 to 12 reps. You can do them with dumbbells too, but I've kind of found that when you switch to dumbbells, then you kind of start to worry about the weight. And with smaller muscles, you don't want to worry about the weight as much because just in general, that doesn't really produce a ton of results. I mean, you hear a lot of the big time bodybuilders talking about it. I mean, Phil Heath, Nick Walker, and they're talking about how they used to curl really heavy, or okay, I don't think they used to curl really heavy, but just saying that when they slow the movements down and really control the weight with muscle groups like biceps and triceps, how they just get a lot more growth out of it. And it's not just about going heavy. I mean, certain muscle groups, when you go heavier, you will get more results with it. I mean, when you're doing back, yeah, you want to go heavy, but you also want to control it. But just the smaller muscle groups, you really don't need as much weight. And just really putting a lot of tension on the muscle can work really great. So some of the same tricep movements that I do with the time under tension, where I usually do maybe a 3 to 4 second cadence on the positive and the negative. Um, Again, I think these are really great. Menser talks about doing these. Phil Heath does a lot of controlled reps when he's doing the press downs. I'm also gonna do some cable curls after this. Wanted to switch it up from doing the barbell. Barbell is great, but I don't know. I just wanted to do something different for biceps, something I don't typically do. So I did some on the cables, and it felt pretty good. And I also wanted to say that when I'm doing these on the cables, I found that using that close grip, as you can see, worked really good, and it just gave me a crazy burn in my biceps. I mean, doing a grip where it's a little more further out can be fine, but when you're doing something like cables where there's not a huge risk factor and you're not going to tear your bicep doing cables, it's a really good way to just bring it in and squeeze it on the muscle even more. And I like to use this exercise almost as a finisher. Not every single exercise I do for accessory movements is going to be controlled. Some of the, honestly, this part I just kind of wanted to finish up and just be done with the workout. And I had a couple sets of biceps left, so I was just kind of getting these out of the way. You can do 21s on here, 7 reps lower, 7 reps a little higher, then 7 reps at the top. That works good as a finisher too, so try these out. Great for arms.